Hey guys, this is Mark Hutten with AdultAspergersChat.com, and I wanted to respond to this email from a neurotypical wife. And she says, why is it that my husband with Asperger's syndrome prefers his special interest and work over a relationship with me? In order to answer that question, we first need to take a deep dive and look at the concept of weak predictive ability. So if one has the ability to predict, he or she can come up with an educated guess about what might happen in the near or distant future. That is, some outcome is expected. But this ability is not necessarily based on experience or knowledge. Prediction is a skill that allows us to generalize. That is, since the occurrence of situation A resulted in outcome B, then a situation similar to A will likely result in an outcome similar to B. For example, after observing enough moving objects, a person can understand momentum and, through generalizing, predict the position of a moving target in the near future. So what does this have to do with your husband with Asperger's syndrome? Well, people with Asperger's and high-functioning autism have poor predictive abilities. That is, they have great difficulty predicting future events. Another function of prediction is to fill in missing information. For example, if the driver in front of you veers his car sharply to the left and then to the right, you might predict that he swerved in order to avoid hitting something in the road. Thus, the Asperger's individual's impaired predictive ability means impaired filling in of missing information for perception and action. So, what does weak predictive ability have to do with the fact that your husband prefers his special interests, or he prefers work as opposed to relationships? Well, since these individuals have to live every day with the uncertainty inflicted by their poor predictive skills, they tend to favor relatively predictable and precise events and tasks. As a result, they prefer objects, they prefer non-social tasks, which are more predictable, instead of with people, which are less predictable. And I think you would agree that people are very unpredictable. So objects like computers or tasks like computer repair or engineering, all of these things are more attractive to a person with Asperger's syndrome because it represents stimuli that are both interesting and predictable. So due to difficulties with generalization skills, the person with Asperger's syndrome has a lower tolerance for unpredictability and complexity. And they argue that objects and non-social tasks are both predictable and simple, whereas people are not. In fact, I've heard many people with Asperger's syndrome state that they view relationships as messy. And the more that they're pressured into being focused on their spouse or partner as opposed to their special interest, the more their anxiety comes up, which makes it even more likely that they'll engage in their special activity or their favorite task for anxiety reduction. So that's why your husband gravitates towards his special interest and work as opposed to anything that involves intense relationships with people.